Our top story at 11, more potential jurors dismissed in day 2 of jury selection for the trial in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. The process is far from over, in fact, leaving the judge frustrated today. On Your Side's Kaylee Tracy has a recap of what happened.
The biggest takeaway from day 2 of jury selection, the judge's frustration with how slow this process is going. He actually told both sides that they need to speed this process along. 8 of the 20 potential jurors who reported to the courthouse Tuesday made it through to the next round of questioning. One of those jurors, a man whose father is a criminal defense attorney. According to a journalist in the courthouse, he told the court his father had defendant Gregory McMichael over to his house at least once for an event. Ahmaud Arbery's aunt says she's confident they'll be able to seat an impartial jury.
They're going to find him because this judge, I believe he's fair. I believe he's going to get this did. We're going to get justice for Ahmaud, and you watch and see what kind of joy that's going to bring in our life, because that's all we want is justice for Ahmaud.
The judge told the third group of 20 potential jurors that was summoned to the courthouse at 1 p.m. today to come back tomorrow because they're running behind. This now pushes all of the groups back, the court saying at this rate, jury selection could last longer than the 2 weeks predicted. The judge told both sides he doesn't, quote, have the ability to just store people or keep them longer than planned. Arbery's family says they'll be here for the entire trial and are grateful for everyone's support.
It is overwhelming. It makes you feel like you're not by yourself. And that's how we feeling now, because I mean, they are riding this out with us and they don't even know us.
Court resumes at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Reporting in Brunswick, Kaylee Tracy, First Coast News, On Your Side.
And I want to bring in now our legal analyst, LaFonda Middleton, who's been following this case very closely from the start. So, LaFonda, thanks for coming in tonight. First question is, the second day of jury selection has wrapped up, and as we've seen, it has been a very slow process. What stood out to you the most today?
Yes, indeed, slow process. I think what stood out most today was early in the day, once the defense attorney had an opportunity to ask their general questions of the particular panel that was before them. The defense attorney had the defendant, Travis McMichael, stand up, put his arm around him, and then indicated that he had served in the U.S. Coast Guard. So, of course, the prosecution objected to this, arguing that this was an attempt to basically give information about the defendant without him testifying, and that's inappropriate during jury selection. So they asked that the entire panel be struck as a result of this. The judge did hear the argument, and after hearing all of the argument, the judge decided that he would not strike the panel, but he did admonish the defense to be careful and to just stick with the questions that they had already prepared during the general question session.
Jury selection, of course, critically important to this trial. The pool of 1,000 potential jurors is eventually going to be whittled down to 12 jurors and 4 alternates. So who is the ideal juror when it comes to the prosecution and also for the defense?
So for the prosecution, I would think they would want more women, mothers in particular, that will be sensitive to a mother losing her son. I think they would want liberal-minded jurors. For the defense, I think quite the opposite. They're looking for men. They're looking for conservative jurors. They're looking for more right-leaning, and especially those that are NRA supporters, gun rights supporters. I think that would be their ideal juror.
And since this is such a high-profile case, once the jurors are seated, will they likely be sequestered?
There is a good possibility that they will be sequestered. Keep in mind, this is a small county, not that many people in the Brunswick area. So there's a very good possibility that these jurors could come in contact with people with information and that they could be tainted. So there is a possibility that they would be sequestered.
All right, we will have to wait and see how it all unfolds. LaFonda Middleton, thank you so much for your time tonight. And rallies around Brunswick continue today. You're looking at new video of a march through Satilla Shores. That's the neighborhood where Ahmaud Arbery was killed. And our coverage continues on firstcoastnews.com and on the First Coast News app. We will be streaming this entire trial, gavel to gavel, and wrapping up what happens at the end of each day.